Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
And welcome back, everybody. So many of us, as we get older, sometimes don't embrace that. We kind of hide from our age. We're always scrambling to look younger. Why? I want to tell you about a wonderful facility in New Mexico, and they embrace aging in many different ways. I truly believe that they are on the cutting edge of what they do in terms of serving people that are growing older, as we all will. It is the Center for Ageless Living. And we're going to hear from one of the people that are very much connected to it, and also somebody there that supports those people. I'm going to start with Nicole. Hey, Nicole from
Hi.
the center. How are you doing today?
We're doing well, thank you.
Good to have you back on with us. And you brought somebody to the party. Who's that?
Yes, I have an active member of our spa, but also of the community for over the past 10 years. Her name is Gloria Rivera, and she's going to kind of talk about her journey and her experience here with the Center for Ageless Living, and her secret to growing old.
Wonderful. Gloria, welcome. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I wanted to first thank Suzette for inviting me to this podcast. It's a privilege.
Wonderful to have you with us. And when we say that you're connected to the day spa, which, as I've learned in the past, is unlike any other, pretty amazing. How are you connected to the spa?
Well, I was about 10 years ago that I decided to join it. I had heard that it had silver sneakers, so I have problems with my hip doing Zumba. So my daughter told me, why don't you go and join? You know, they're opening up and silver sneakers. I said, okay. So it's so uninvasive, the water, and it's so warm. And I go, wow, it doesn't hurt or anything doing exercise and movements. And the teachers are great. So that is how I got involved, and I've been involved ever since.
Your journey is unique in that, if I understand this right, your mom was part of the center back in the day. Is this right?
Yes, she was.
Wow. Tell us about that journey.
Well, my mother got really ill, and she got cancer. Unfortunately, she was a smoker. She did stop and ate very well. And if the bus didn't come on time, she would walk 3 miles, whatever. But she didn't stop in time, and she developed lung cancer. So she passed away here. She did not want to stay with me. She refused. I had her with me for a while, and so this is how she got here. And she got very excellent care. I can tell you, I was able to go anytime until, I would go even at 9 if I went fishing, and I came back, I would kiss her. She'd be sound asleep, and I had the comfort and knowing that she was well taken care of.
Thank you for sharing that. And it must have resonated with you because you became a member of the center. You must have felt very welcome and very, very comfortable because of your mom.
Yes, I did. I felt very comfortable. I did.
And with the spa, now you work out there, you exercise there. Tell us about some of the other amenities. I know there's an amazing bistro and more. We've never talked to somebody that is part of the facility. We talked to those who work there. So I'm trying to paint the picture for our listeners and our viewers.
Well, I have gone to the bistro. It closed for a while, but I did enjoy their food and their pasta and vegetables and whatever they have. And whenever they have festivals that they have at the bistro, I call it festival, but a wine and dinner and stuff, I have been there. And I brought some friends with me also, and they really enjoyed it too. In fact, they're back. I have to tell them that the bistro's open because they really enjoyed it. And they're from the wife, she's from France. And so her husband, I invited them. I also invited my neighbor next door to come to the bistro. And they enjoyed it.
I want to go.
She's our mascot here at the center. She's out there really spreading the word and just incorporating a lot of her neighbors, her community, to join the community that she's, resonated for so long with.
So I want to understand that even better, there are obviously residents there that live on site at the center, but then it's a center for um, those who are aging, even in the community, and they can be part of it just as well, right?
Yes. Yes, the Center for Ageless Living is very unique on its own. Suzette has built something beautifully here in Valencia County. And like she's mentioned before, there's really not a campus of this sort very in across the United States. I mean, there's got to be
Yes.
one out there, and I would love to see it because the vision of hers to someone else's would be really unique to see. Suzette started the facility with the assisted living facilities itself. And then, you know, with her love for the seniors and our residents, she really wanted to provide a bigger community for them. And so she then branched out to ensuring that they have healthy, resourced food locally and, you know, from other vendors that we're able to grab from and really provide that communal living for those residents. But she didn't stop there. She's like, well, they need more. They need beauty services. So instead of just thinking inside the box, she thought outside the box. And she went from just offering beauty services to the residents that lived here with the assisted living program and turned it into a public thing. Here came the Garden Gate Day Spa, and she opened it late 2006. And it's really grown from there, offering from she first started water aerobics. It was always a thing of her heart. You know, I know Suzette mentioned she grew up on the East Coast, so she was always in the water. And she really wanted to bring that amenity here to New Mexico that doesn't quite have as many pools as you think being in the desert.
Mm.
However, she went a little bit further with that and incorporated a heated pool and it being a mineral based, going away from traditional chemicals of chlorine because she really wanted to incorporate wellness and living healthy into her amenities. So, you know, there's so much to say about the Garden Gate Day Spa and the Greenhouse Bistro, the whole center. You really just have to come down and visit it and experience for yourself and become part of the community and enjoy your life and live gracefully and age the way that you want to age and not really define it to how kind of society puts it out there.
Nicole, you're spot on in terms of assisted living facilities being open to the public. They're popping up all over on Long Island, New York.
Yeah.
I don't know of any where those in the community can also enjoy the amenities and the features and the clubs and all that. I can't think of one. Never
Yeah.
even heard of it. Yes, the people that live there, sometimes there's transportation provided to things in the community and they take advantage of that. Maybe they'll go to a store, mall, whatever, but nothing like you offer there. So certainly cutting edge. And it almost seems like, Gloria, you've become the Center for Ageless Living ambassador,
Yes.
like welcoming everybody.
It is beautiful. The surroundings in the pool, it's absolutely beautiful. I would say it's like a secret garden. I mean, there are trees and it's just beautiful. And, you know, she's right. I mean, there is no other pool that I know of that has mineral water. None that I know of at all. And that people, you can get your hair done, you can go have a massage right here, all kinds of stuff. They have all kinds of amenities, art. I mean, there's just so many things that the seniors can do.
Yeah.
You know, I live independently yet, you know, by myself. So I thank God for that, that I'm able to,
Mhm.
you know, so, I'm only 5 minutes away, so for me, it's ideal, you know, but I know people that have come from Socorro all the way up here from Albuquerque because it's so beautiful.
Wow. That says a lot. And the mineral water, I didn't even get to that.
Yeah.
I can't think of one, call it a public pool, because the public does use the facility
Absolutely.
that uses anything but chlorine. And you can use, I think, maybe bromine or a salt generator, but it's really essentially creating chlorine. Mineral water?
Yep.
Never even heard of that. Just unbelievable.
Well, you actually do utilize the mineral of bromine. It does fall within, the element table, but it's not considered an actual active chemical as harsh as chlorine is.
For sure.
It's still a disinfectant, but it's a lot safer for the equipment, a lot safer for our skin. And it actually is beneficial for our skin because it has a mineral compound in it. So instead of you going into the pool and you're getting green hair or you're getting really dried out, the bromine actually is beneficial for the skin rather than very harmful.
Well, to your point, usually the bromine is used in hot tubs, not this,
Yes,
a
yes, you're
larger.
absolutely right. You do see it more in tubs, but Suzette, as she's created the facility, thought outside that box and how can I incorporate this into a full pool? So, she has incorporated the heat part of that pool to be different than a public pool because it's normally heated to about 89 degrees. In the summer, it goes a little bit lower, maybe to 85, but it's
Mhm.
always heated above that temp all year round. So Gloria was talking to me a little bit before about how she's recently started taking water classes during the winter because of the benefit of the heated pool. I mean, you don't recognize the weather at that time that you're in the pool because it's heated. And as soon as you get out there, you have your robe on and you're getting into the hot tub.
Amazing. It just Gloria, it sounds like when you go to the center, it's like sort of like being on vacation. Does it have that kind of feel to it?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I enjoy going into jacuzzi. It's just beautiful. You can eat out there, get your meals if you want to. And I mean, it's just so neat. I am just so blessed to be able to be this close and to enjoy everything that it offers, so.
Sure, sure. And the fact that it's available to the public. Um, when we
You
talk
kind
about
of
the
hit
beach,
the nail on the head with that. We actually try to incorporate it being a dayscape for people that kind of live outside of the community because you want to take the day to come in and actually enjoy yourselves. And that's the whole purpose of the day spa is to not just come in and receive a service. You actually incorporate the amenities and enjoy a self-care day. So come into the
Mm,
dayscape, and that's really a way to get away and have a at-home vacation, so to say.
staycation, sort of,
Vacation.
you're not at home, but you're close to home. So close to home staycation. Um, but one thing identified here and so important to a happy life is self-care. So many of us don't do that for ourselves. We take care of others. We don't take care of ourselves. And full disclosure, I went to a spa on Saturday, just a couple of days ago, and had a facial. Why not? Somebody gave me a gift card. I'm like, yeah, I'm going. I'm taking care of it.
You're
Just
glowing, Steve.
thank you. I'm glowing. Just the what it does for you mentally and physically, just to take that time. And it sounds like that's what you're offering there at the center.
Yes.
What are some of the other things I want to see this picture even more complete, Gloria? What are some of the other things that you enjoy doing at the center?
Besides the lessons, I really would like to go 3 times a week, but I'm so busy. I also have a half an acre that I take care of.
Wow.
And so I do the mowing and the riding lawnmower. So that's kind of my exercise, and planting flowers. I do have a veggie pod. So I'm planning to put some onions in there. I'm kind of a little late starting, but not really. And so that and just the things I look forward to when they have these events. They have different events where they have different kind of foods from different countries at a certain time. And I really enjoy that because I love eating and to explore a different meal, like from Germany or somewhere else or Spain or Italy, it's so good. And the music is they have lovely music to eating and just the whole setting is just so quiet and nice and relaxing. It's so enjoyable.
My
I
gosh.
usually bring my neighbor next door. He's 91. He's going to be 92, and I'll be 90 in July.
Um,
That's one of the things that I enjoy very much. And other activities that they might have, I haven't done any of the paintings or any, but they have a lot going.
Gloria, you're busier than the rest of us.
She is. She really is very active out in the community, not just here at the Center for Ageless Living, but she's a part of her church. She just recently told me she's still an active fisher. So, I mean, she's
Wow.
definitely giving us a run for our money when it comes to, well, how to grow old the way that Gloria does.
My gosh, if somebody just tuned in and didn't know that we were talking about the Center for Ageless Living in New Mexico, you may think we're talking about Disney because when you just mentioned, Gloria, that they have foods of all nations and wonderful music and they have a spa and this and that. It sounds like Epcot. It sounds like Disney.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like a
there.
vacation,
It's
like a
that.
vacation.
Yeah.
What, Gloria? Love your energy. Love it all. What do you want people to know? Your secret for aging gracefully and with love of life. What's the secret? Let's hear it.
Well, I'll try my best, but I am a Christian. I love God. And I think it's so important to be disciplined. I wasn't very disciplined many, many years ago. I mean, I had 7 kids. I always wanted a big family because it was only myself for 14 years before my mother had my brother. He's passed away now since then. So actually, I was raised by myself. So I always thought, I told my husband, I'd love to have a big family. And so that's one of the things. I have 4 boys and I have 3 girls. Anyway,
That's so sweet.
but anyway, one of the things that I have in my whole life is my faith in God and how important it is to take care of your body. You need to take care of yourself. You need to eat properly. I never was eating properly. I was 170 when I joined the spa over here at Ageless Living. And when I started doing the aerobics in the water, I started the arthritis. There's 2 classes, aerobics and there's the arthritis. So I go to both of them. And so I started losing inches and it was effortless, really. I had to do my part in eating also, try to change my way of eating healthier. And so I've done that and it's important. I love eating, I do things in moderation, you know. So, but my faith and my activities at church is so important, telling her that we have a bereavement, which there's about 16 ladies and we serve the community. It's free. So if someone has a funeral and they don't have the room, our church welcomes them, no charge. They can use it. We provide coffee and tea and water. The rest they bring their food, we serve them. And we put nice tablecloths, flowers, salt and pepper, things like that. So I keep active in that. Not as much now. I started it about 20 years ago. Not started it, but I was involved in it. So I kind of backed off some because I have to be there early and I'm allowed to sleep. So a little bit in the morning. So my faith in God is so important, because He's the creator of the universe, the creator of us, and He wants us to be healthy. So that's one of the things I do is try my best. And I tell other people, I don't push it on them, it's to eat good. Exercise is definitely important because sitting down and watching the boob tube, that is not a good thing. You're just taking in and you're not putting out anything. And you need to do that. You need to be active and walk. If nothing else, walk, start walking, whatever is good for you that you feel, or doing a bike inside the house. I tried that, never worked for me. I love people. So with people in the pool, it works really good. So I have now gone to 129 to 130 pounds from 170. And it was
Wow.
effortless. It really, I have to admit, that was not hard because moving in the pool a lot is not invasive. Your legs and your arms are moving constantly. And you do it at your own pace. The teacher tells you, you do it at your pace. You can work as hard as you want, or, it's up to you. But so here I am, and I thank God for that. I thank God for the Center of Wellness. It's so great. I don't know of another place. I have a friend of mine that goes to Albuquerque. She's thinking, I'm coming back. And she
Wow. Well, you identified something that a lot of people are talking about now, and that is that sitting is the new smoking. because so many people now with digital and working from home, what are we doing? We're sitting around, we're not being active. And I love what you said, Gloria, where you're taking things in, i.e., food, right? But you're not letting things out in terms of using that energy. We're just sitting around and bravo to you. My gosh, it sounds like your upbringing, you were very independent, but at the same time, very social, where you had this need to connect with people, and you're doing it now, even, touching 90. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's good. I love fishing. In fact, I was just telling Nicole, I was telling Nicole, I went fishing about 2 weeks ago and I hauled in fish that were 12-inch trout at Escondido. I had a great time. Sometimes I would go to Manzano, but now it's closed. But I used to go even by myself. My sons would worry. They'd say, Mom, I really don't want you going by yourself. I said, hey, I've got a cell phone. I have a good car. And there's people around the lake. No worries. I have a cable in my trunk in case I can't start the car or something. I said, no worries. I would get my girlfriend. One time it was snow flurries. And I said, hey, you want to go fishing? She goes, are you crazy? It's snowing. It's just a little flurry. That's all it is. She wouldn't go. So there was just one guy and I, and we hauled in fish. We were the only ones on the lake, and we caught fish. So
Wow.
it was great. It was great.
Seizing the day.
Unbelievable.
So,
You know what? What resonates for me, and I think I've been playing music on the radio for decades. So I get song lyrics that pop in my head. And I feel sometimes there's a reason for that. I'm going to share these lyrics with a song, and it translates to what we're talking about. Song came out in the mid 90s. It was a hit. I wasn't really a big fan of the song when it came out. But the lyrics go like this: take these chances, place them in a box for a quieter time. Lights down, you up and die. What are those lyrics from Ants Marching by Dave Matthews Band mean? Essentially, he's looking at people every day are like ants, just going to work, going home, driving on the freeway. Same thing every single day. The lyrics, take these chances, put them in a box for a quieter time, mean take chances, enjoy life. Because a lot of us say, man, I'll get to that. I'm going to put that in a box over here. I'll do that when I have time, when I can. But then life may end for you. So you're taking those chances, Gloria. You went fishing. Fantastic. You're living what seems like your best life in connection with the center. Would you say you are?
I think that I am, definitely. I am really blessed to be able to be 5 minutes away. You can't beat that. 5 minutes away. But
What does it sound like to be as active as you are for 45 years old? Because that's what it sounds like. It
Thanks,
really
I'll
does.
take it.
It really does. Thank you both for being here today. Gloria, such an inspiration. Just feels good talking to you. You've inspired me to get off this chair and move and do something. Nicole, how do we find out more about the center if somebody wants to learn more? Hey, maybe if there's a center listening in, let's say, Chicago, thinking we got to do what they're doing. That's fantastic. How do we connect?
Yeah, thanks, Steve. They can go to our website, of course. It's nmagelessliving.com. They can take a look at the facilities and go in between our Garden Gate Day Spa and the bistro and see what services we offer. We always are available on Facebook on all three pages for the senior living systems, the spa, and the restaurant as well.
Beautiful. Nicole, Gloria, thank you again for today. I appreciate it all. Really do.
Thank you so much.
you.
Have a good day.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.